Joe Wiwchar was inducted into the Manitoba Baseball Hall of Fame in 1999. Joe, congratulations on your induction. Let's talk about the game of baseball and just your love for the sport.
Well, I've been at it since I was 17 years old. So started off coaching girls softball. I played a little bit of midget ball in Winnipeg, and a couple of girls came to my house and said they needed a coach, and I've been at it ever since. Talk
about that experience and being drawn to coaching and just your coaching philosophy and what you love about that.
It's just the love of my life. I've been I've had a lot of knocks on me and saying, Joe, you're pretty vocal and everything else, and you're hard on the kids. And this even started in softball and with girls. And I said, I asked one guy, I said, do you get a present at the end of the year from your kids? He said, no. I said, well, I do. I said, so yeah, I'm vocal, but that's. And I always told my players, I said, just because I yell at you doesn't mean I don't like it. That means I like you more. It means I'm more interested in you.
The longevity, though. Talk about all these years, and you still take a team out to practice in the spring and watch them develop into a baseball team.
Well, I guess everybody has their ego trips, and I guess this is mine.
When you arrived in Morden, what was the baseball program like?
It was pretty good. Like I could say, with Jim Mutchison starting off with the Little League and that, but not as many teams. There might have been one bantam team and one midget team and so forth. So, Morden's growing pretty good, and we're still maintaining our numbers.
When was the boom? When did all of a sudden there's this influx of players?
The biggest boom, the biggest registration, not only in Morden but in Manitoba, is when the Blue Jays won. When they won up 2 years, that's the biggest registrations we had.
You were coach of the Morden Mohawks from 1971 to 98, and that team won 14 Border Baseball League titles. Was also inducted into the Manitoba Baseball Hall of Fame. And how special was it to take those players and help mold them into intermediate champions?
It was a great bunch of players. They got along very well, and we had some. Pitching is always going to win, and we had 2 or 3 pitchers. You got W. Ham and McElroy and the Sagers. That's pretty good pitching staff.
What about finding the time to coach not 1, but 2 or 3 teams during a season, which you did quite regularly?
Yeah, like I say, I love the sport. Biggest compliment has to go to my wife for putting up with me for all these years.
The South Central region has seen a number of outstanding baseball players move on to college ranks. You've been heavily involved in the South Central Minor Baseball League. Talk about those outstanding players who picked up the game early and then just kept going with it and got real good.
Yeah, and that's a big thrill for me to see them go into college and to develop. We've had a couple of good ones there. Just the last one, I guess, is Steve Gutke from Altona. There's been a couple others, and it's nice to see them advance.
Is the sport going in the right direction?
I think so. Although Free Press asked me a while back and said, you don't see any pickup games anymore, and that's, unfortunately, I think that's the same with all sports. They have to be supervised. I don't know whether it's because everybody's afraid to get sued or what, but you just don't see the pickup games like you used to have when we were kids.
You're the curator for the Manitoba Baseball Hall of Fame here in Morden. Now, I know it's a job, but what a great job to have when you see all the nostalgia and great history that's here and the work that's being done to present it.
For sure. It's I got this position, I guess, because the big controversy, and Murray Zook, who's the selection committee, says, Joe, if you were to take this on, Morden's chances of getting it would be better. And I said, well, okay, let's take it then. And it's I'm there every day, but I don't have to be. But it's a good hiding place too.
What are some of the reactions from not only baseball fans who go through, but during the winter courses open, you got hockey people in the building? What's some of the reaction you get from people?
It's positive. It's really positive, and it's been a trial and error thing, and some things don't work. We had an interior decorator help me design that thing and her ideas, and then the people that have done the display cases, they've come up with ideas, and I've heard nothing but positive things. And bragging the Saskatchewan one and the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame ones don't hold a candle to us.
In June of '99, you were inducted into the Manitoba Baseball Hall of Fame. Memories of that day and how special it was?
Well, it was pretty humbling to be classified with a whole bunch of elite type of players that were inducted, and quite a thrill for me.
Joe, thanks a lot for this, and thanks for the many, many, many years of coaching baseball in our great province. Joe Wiwchar was inducted into the Manitoba Baseball Hall of Fame in 1999. I'm Clayton Dreger.